Good morning, good morning. Janet Gorond here from Tribe Sober. Have you been trying to ditch the booze for years? Or even more difficult, have you been trying to cut down for years? Well, don't feel bad because the average person takes 11 years to do that. 11 years in that stage. 11 years of hopping on and off the wagon, trying and failing, feeling gradually worse and worse about themselves. It's absolutely a normal experience. I call it contemplation now. Any big decision, we have to spend a period in contemplation, but please don't let yours go on too long, because one of the reasons we get stuck is that we can't imagine that we can enjoy our lives without alcohol. And the problem with these short challenges, although I'm in favor of challenges for setting people off on the journey, but if all you do is a short challenge now and again, you never really get to experience the joys of sobriety. And trust me, there are many. But there does come a moment for most of us when you think, oh, you hit some kind of rock bottom. I know I did. And you think, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. Because you know that alcohol is doing you harm, but you're just not sure how to get out of this fix that you've got yourself into. But you reach a moment where you think, oh, I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. Because let's face it, if you're drinking on a daily basis, you never actually feel good. But in a way, it's great when you get to that moment. When people contact me and they sound a bit desperate and they say, oh, I can't do this anymore, I think, great, you sound like you're ready to change. Because that's the moment when you reach out for help. And that's the moment when everything changes. That's the hardest bit of all to do, to accept, yes, I've got a problem here and I need to get some help. It's the biggest thing, it's the hardest thing. And then it's all about working out how to do that. And that's what we're for. That's what Tribe Sober's for. So, the moment when you join Tribe Sober, everything will change, because apart from us being able to give you tools, strategies, and encouragement to make the change, you're going to meet other people like you. Connection is the opposite of addiction. And when we are locked in this struggle with alcohol, and I know because I've been there, we tend to think there's something wrong with us. We don't realize that there's millions of other people struggling just like we are. In fact, I'm convinced that the world is packed with functioning alcoholics, because we put so much energy into holding it all together and pretending that we're fine when many of us are far from fine. So we want to help you to quit drinking and then to go on and actually enjoy your life. Because it's no good just ditching the booze and then being sober and miserable. You need to learn how to enjoy your life and without alcohol. And that's all about reconfiguring your life and discovering new interests, new connections. And we help you with that bit as well, which I don't think many sobriety groups do. But rather than me taking you through the benefits of Tribe Sober membership, of which there are many, because that would be a bit dull for you, you can already see those on our website. Just go to tribesober.com and hit join our tribe, and the first thing you'll see is a list of all the benefits, what's included in a Tribe Sober membership. But I thought I would try and bring that alive for you a little bit by taking you through a case study. So I'm going to tell you the story of Roz. Roz is a Brit. She lives in Spain. She drank heavily for 40 years, just like me. She wasn't terribly hopeful that she would be able to turn around this habit of a lifetime, but she was getting more and more worried about her health and her drinking, and decided that she just had to give it a go. So she joined Tribe Sober. She joined for a year, because if you've been drinking for 40 years, you can't expect to turn around a habit like that in 1 month. So our membership is monthly subs or annual subs. So she paid for annual membership because she wanted to make a commitment to herself. She thought, I'll give this my best shot for a year and see where that gets me. And thank goodness she did. So the first thing that happened for Roz is she had a one-to-one Zoom call with my colleague Sue, who talks to all of our new members. So Roz was able to share her story, and Sue was able to explain to her just how our membership works and how she can get the very best value out of it. So Roz is now a valuable member of our community. And the one-to-one meeting that she had with Sue, we're only able to do that because we're so small. You know, we've been around for 5-6 years now, but it's never been our ambition to be one of these huge sobriety groups, because some of them are huge. Some of them have hundreds of thousands of members. I don't know how they cope, because we're busy and we're working all the time with our 400 members. But because we're so small, we can offer a really personal service. And I guess that's our unique selling point in marketing speak, isn't it? So let's go back to Roz. Well, after she'd had her chat with Sue, she joined our members' WhatsApp group. And that is a chat group. I'm sure you're all familiar with WhatsApp groups, but the WhatsApp group is busy all day long. We're an international group, so we have people in different time zones. And people go onto that WhatsApp group and they share their progress, you know, when they want to share their joy, if they've fallen off the bus, as we call it, they share their despair, and we all encourage them and get them back on the bus. So it's a lovely way for people to connect, and connection is the opposite of addiction, and I'm convinced it's the key, you know, to succeeding in this. So let's go back to Roz. She had a chat with Sue, she joined the WhatsApp group, and she also joined the daily Zoom chats. Every day of the week, we open up Zoom for an hour to suit the different time zones as well. And we it's an open invitation for members just to pop in there and have a chat about how they're going. We end up with maybe 6-7 people having really interesting conversations on there every single day. And Roz also came to our Saturday Zoom Cafe, which is a slightly bigger affair, and that's where people come to do their weekly check-in. And Roz was really tearful at first. Well, first of all, she'd never used Zoom before, so that was a bit intimidating. And certainly she had never shared her story before. She'd never admitted to anybody, even herself, just how unhappy alcohol was making her. And the first time you say that openly, you know, that's a very emotional moment, but it's a very important moment, because that's when the healing can begin. You know, reaching out for help is the biggest and the most difficult part of all. And then getting sober, that's where we come in. We can help you with the how. So Ros learned everything she could. I'm going to post her podcast below this Facebook Live, and if you listen to that, you'll hear her say that she treated this like a job, like a full-time job. And that reminded me of my journey as well, because I treated it like a research project. I thought, I'm going to learn everything I can about alcohol. And trust me, the more you learn about this stuff, the less you feel like drinking it, because it does harm to our bodies and our brains, and it's quite frightening how much harm it does. So in order to learn everything she could, Ros spent a lot of time in our members only area on the website. She was in the member library, she read all the Quitlit, she watched our YouTube channel, she did the exercise in the documents folder, she listened to all our Tribe Sober podcasts, which come out on a weekly basis. They're on Apple and Spotify. Just search Tribe Sober. She did our Zoom workshop. We do have a Zoom workshop coming up on the 12th of November, if anybody's interested in that. So again, go on to tribesober.com and you'll find our services Zoom workshop. Ros kept all her trackers up to date. She took screenshots, she posted them on all the groups. She talked to our Tribe Sober doctor about an alcohol-related medical issue that was worrying her, and she got herself a sober buddy for some extra motivation. So by that time, Ros was about 5 or 6 months sober, and because she threw the book at it, because she did it gave it her all. She didn't have a single slip up. You know, she several people, well, a lot of people struggle, you know, and they have to have several day ones until it sticks. But because Roz was so committed and doing so much work, we talk about doing the work, and she certainly was doing the work. But because of her commitment, she didn't have a single day one. So there she was at about 6 months sober. And we find, I mean, we've worked with hundreds of people now, and we find that 5, 6 months, that's about the length of time that it takes to change this deeply rooted habit, because by then you've built new and healthy habits. But that's only part one of our program, quitting the drinking. Part two is about healing, really, because alcohol does so much damage. We have to heal our bodies, we have to heal our minds, and we have to reconfigure our lives so that we build a new life. We build an alcohol-free life that we love, and a life we don't want to escape from by numbing out every evening. Roz took advantage of the free coaching and hypnotherapy that we offer our members. She did some online yoga. She tried meditation. She got advice on nutrition. She tried our art therapy sessions. And she wrote her goodbye to alcohol letter. So we really do take our members on a journey of self-discovery, because you have more time on your hands when you're not drinking. So you've got time, you know, to try things that you've thought about for a long time, but you've never really got round to. And Roz is now in her second year of sobriety, and she still works with our awesome coach, Lynette. But her coaching sessions have evolved from recovery coaching, which focuses on the drinking, into more into life coaching, which focuses on you know, what do we really want out of our lives? How can we discover more meaning and purpose in our lives? Because of course, when we're drinking, you know, our head is so full of worrying about the drinking, we can't even have mental space to think about the important things in life, which is, where are we going? Do we really want to be stuck in Groundhog Day, drinking and being hungover every single day? I don't think so. So well done, Roz. And the beautiful thing now is that Roz is paying it forward. She's sticking with the community because she loves being a part of it. And she is now a sober buddy. So she is able to reach out to new people and help them as an accountability partner, and offer them personal support and make sure they stay on track. So I hope that's given you a flavour of what would happen were you to join Tribe Sober, which I very much hope you will. And if she's really inspired you to if Roz has inspired you to throw the book at your sobriety and ditch the drink for good, then just go to tribesober.com and hit join our tribe. Have a beautiful day.